What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another pretty awesome day here. I want to go ahead and review the trades that I took, talk a little bit about the mindset, right? Just go over everything that I was sort of thinking today, why I took the trades I took, really dig deep into my trading day. Again, right, what we talked about in my video yesterday. If you guys were here, if you paid attention, if you watched it, I recommend you do. What we talked about on the S&P 500, that Friday high, that 48.75 level on the ES futures, how key that level was, and how if we held above that level, the upside would continue, right? That market structure would hold, and we should see continuation to the upside. And that is, again, what we saw today. Once again today, we pulled back into that 48.70 demand, 48.75 demand. We held it perfectly, and we saw that late day push to the upside, which provided a lot of opportunity, especially on some stocks that I was holding, including NVDA. NVDA being my largest trade again of the day, ending the day up $6,800. So another major day here. We'll talk about NVDA, right? We talked about my trade on NVDA yesterday, and this was the exact same trade. I saw us move lower into demand, into that 582 level. I'll go ahead and pull it. Just make sure I got the right level. 592 level. We pulled back into 592 like we did yesterday. We held demand yesterday. Today, we did the same thing. We pulled back into that 592. We started to maintain above that level. And once again, I'm slamming calls at that 592 level for a very healthy win. So let's review the S&P. Let's go over what happened today that was so crucial. Let's go over my trades today, that NVIDIA major trade to the upside, and then we'll go ahead and show you some live trading at the end of the video to wrap it up. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. Once again, hopefully you're finding education from this. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump right into it. So guys, real quick, before we jump into the trade today, I just want to let you know that the Options Insider is now on WAP. You can join our Discord community. You can join the live trading community using the WAP portal. You go onto the website, you sign up here on WAP, and it gives you direct access to the Discord community. WAP providing a really good customer service side, really good customer experience for you guys. If you do join, you can manage your memberships, cancel at any time. Anything that you want can all be managed through WAP. If you guys want to check it out, I'm now running a little bit of an invitation code, a little bit of a discount code just to get things moving on WAP. If you guys want to check it out, I have a 10% code down below. Check that out. If you've been wanting to join the community, now is a great time through WAP. Join that Discord. Use that discount if you guys want to come trade with us live. So real quick promo. You guys know I don't do this too often, but I did want to let you know exciting times here, some upgrades to the Discord community. And really, this is an upgrade to you guys, a customer service side, a customer experience for you guys through WAP. So that's that. But now let's go ahead and jump into the trades today. First of all, you guys know what it is. It's time to pull up my broker, right? So here's my broker, guys. Full transparency, you can see it all here. I'm not hiding a damn thing. And you know, if anyone knows, if you're on Interactive Brokers, if it's a paper trading account, you would see red screens everywhere saying that this is a simulated account. Okay, this is not simulated. This is my broker, and here is my day. So right there, you guys can see today, we have a $6,800 profit. The account is now up to $87,000, and most of my gain today was on a $4,700 trade on NVIDIA. $4,700 profits on NVIDIA. A bunch of small trades peppered in. An SPX trade, which we'll go over. This was a really clean long on SPX. Still holding my SPY calls from yesterday. Some more peppered in trades here. Meta was a nice one today as well. I have that live. I will share it with you. Couple losses. Little ones. Really nothing big on the loss side. I actually did a really good job of keeping those losses small. But the big trade of the day was that NVIDIA 600 call, and I hold a decent sized position over the night. A pretty large swing trade here on NVIDIA, and I will explain to you why. So I've, over the last 2 days, I've been able to make about $10,000. I'm putting roughly that risk into the position that I'm in right now in NVIDIA. Of course, NVIDIA is not going to open down 100%, right? It's not going to be zero. If we do move lower tomorrow morning, maybe I give back a few $1,000s on that swing trade if that's the fact. So I was willing to sort of get a little bit aggressive here and hold NVIDIA overnight. So there's my portfolio for you guys to see. Full transparency. You see it all right there on your screen. That was my day. But now let's jump into how I got to this point. All right, guys, so here it is. Here is TradeZella. Here's a total review of my month so far, $37,000 so far in the month. Probably going to be one of my largest months ever in trading. I'm very grateful. I'm very happy, right? The raw emotion is this is pretty crazy. I have never had that successful of a month here. You guys are witnessing, full emotions from me. This is pretty awesome, right? So for me, I'm very happy. I'm grateful. I'm happy to see my hard work really paying off here because I've been at this for a long-ass time, guys. And for me to have a month like this, I've been a pretty consistent trader over the last 5 years. I've been, consistent, not big, and no major losses, portfolios maintaining, good wins, right? Good gains on the year. Last year made about $70,000. But I've never quite had this major of a month. This is a $37,000 month with pretty much a week left. I mean, this could be, if I continue at this pace, probably the largest month I've ever had. So pretty awesome to see. Another really healthy gain today. Realized profits of $4,000, right? That was the realized profits. I'll go back to Interactive Brokers because I know it's going to cause some confusion here. You can see right here, realized profits was $4,000. I still have $2.6 thousand in unrealized gains. So the realized profit on the day was $4,000, and TradeZella only takes the realized gains of the day. So that's the discrepancy there. So yeah, just overall, guys, a really, really hot month. Win rate 64%, profit factor 2.3, average winning to losing trade 1.25. So my winning trades are larger than my losses. So overall, just been really hot here. Let's go into my trades of the day. I have a few of these live. I should have Meta live. I'm trying to think through the morning. I should have Meta live, Google live. I think those are the two that I'm going to have live. The NVDA trade, you'll see it in the live recording, but I really got aggressive on it later day, and I just didn't have the recording on. This was like 2:30, 3 o'clock later day. But we can go over those entries and exits here. So let's start with, before we get into the trades, you know what we're going to start with? We're going to start with the S&P 500 because in my video yesterday, what did we talk about? First of all, let's go to the SPX, right? And if you guys watched my video yesterday, you heard me talk about this 4840 level on the SPX. This was Friday's high right here. Friday's high. That was where we closed last week. That was the high of the day on Friday. Now, over the last 2 days, we have moved back to fill that gap, right? We filled this gap up. We had a gap up right here, right? Over that Friday high. We gapped up on Monday, and we came down pretty much and filled that gap. Now, yesterday and today, right, you guys can see how well the SPX has maintained above that Friday high, right? This demand right here, just sort of basing above that Friday high, and it looks to me, right, that we're going to start curling off this level and pushing to the upside. Of course, barring any crazy drama on earnings, right? That's the if. That's the what if. That's the potential sort of monkey wrench in the plan. Always technicals can be invalidated by economic data. If there's any sort of monkey wrench on Tesla earnings tomorrow, and Netflix looks pretty good after hours, so I don't think that will be it. But unless there's some crazy drama on some earnings, technicals, right? The technicals look to see a curl and a hold above the previous Friday highs on a break and retest hold and a strong demand here at 4840, right? That looks fantastic. This is exactly what we talked about in yesterday's video. This was the same thing that we talked about on the ES at 4875, right? Right here, 4875. We had that hold all day yesterday, and we had a beautiful hold there intraday today. And this is actually where I took my SPX calls and got a very nice profit on those as well. So really nice there on the ES, right? This was so key to be paying attention to. SPY, it's the same concepts. The 480-270 gap fill level, Friday highs turning into perfect demand and perfect demand. This is why the market went up, right? And this is why I was so confident to add upside at these levels, right? My whole game plan yesterday, if you watch my video, was to long the pullback into Friday highs. Today, I did the same exact thing. The pullback came in today, and I was longing the pullback, and this was a beautiful push off that demand today. So we'll jump back into TradeZella and we'll review some of my trades. Let's just quickly go to that SPX trade. You guys can see right here my executions. I was adding around that 175 level, got out around that, 235, 205, 215. These contracts went up to 5, which was pretty crazy. But you can see my entries and exits here on the SPX, right? Right here, you can see my first entries. I'll go ahead and zoom in on this. My first entries were right in this area. This is 48.46, 48.45 on the SPX, right there, right? And so why did I enter there? And why did I was able to take some profits here for a very nice win. And then I held one just for fun, right? Just to hold it a little bit. And I sold the last one up here near close. So why did I enter here at SPX? 48.45, 48.46, right? That goes back to that same thing we were just talking about. This is that demand hold that I was looking for pretty much the entire day. We had that hold come in yesterday near those Friday highs. And again today, we did the same thing. And I was able to catch a little bit of upside off that demand hold. That's just basic trading upside off demand, right? Looking for pullbacks into those levels that I believe can hold, that have proven to hold, and trusting that trade and knowing where I'm going to stop out, right? Because in this trade, when I'm taking, that 48.45 long, right, and pretty much low a day, I just can say to myself, hey, I'm going to get in here. If we break under 48.40, I'm going to stop out, right? And so what am I doing here, right? I'm risking 5 points on the SPX. It's a very structured trade, right? Because, hey, I know that demand's below. I know I'm risking 5 points. I am okay with taking that risk. This is a perfect trade scenario. So I'm taking that entry, right in this area. My stop is under that 48.40, right? And my profit target is pretty much just a squeeze to the upside, maybe into the 48.60, maybe into the 48.50, right? Depending on what I see. But I know at least that my risk is managed. I know at least my risk is sort of calculated here. And that's why I went ahead and I took that entry. You can see here on TradeZella, this is where I entered, right around that 11.32 was when I entered, which was right here. Pretty much low of day. Perfection. Really nice demand hold, really nice trade to the upside. The next trade that I'll quickly go over is Meta, and Meta is a trade that you will see live at the end of today's video. You will see me trade this live at the end of today's video, and I want to explain to you why I took Meta longs. So here's Meta over the last few trading days, and I was really focused on this previous all-time high level right around $384 per share. Now, when we look at this chart, we can see how we've reacted near 384. Back on Friday of last week, we saw those rejections come in right at that 384. Yesterday, we had that little demand hold at 384, which was temporary. After breaking below 384, we saw the aggressive downside. So that still means 384 is important because when you give it up, what do you see, right? When we gave up that level late day, you saw that big sell-off come in. So we had the previous rejections, that demand step up here, it slipped under it and got aggressive. And so today, Meta was coming back into 384. So what am I looking for? When we move back into that level, since we are moving from the downside, normally I would look for that rejection, right? That would be my first look. So let's go ahead and take a look at the price action and sort of visualize the potential of a rejection at that level, right? So what we can see is we open the morning pretty much up here at 385.60. We came right back down into it, right? And so in a normal scenario, I would say, okay, let's look for that break and retest rejection, right? That was sort of what I was looking for at the time. But this candle right here never gave us that entry point, right? We never saw the retest and the rejection candle step in. So this is a great example of a no trade rejection, right? We're not trading rejections here. We did slip under it. Slipping under a level is not enough to take a trade, right? We need to see it come back up, and we need to see those selling wicks come in, right? We can't just take a trade on a slip of a key level. We need to see it be retested and see if it now proves to us that it's going to reject. So if this candle right here started to show me rejections, right, then I would have taken it short. But this candle did not do that. It got right back above 384, invalidating the downside trade. Now, after we saw that come in, what did Meta do, right? Meta squeezed back above that level, pulled back to that level, right? And look at this candle right here. That candle right there, that's the confirmation candle for upside, right? That is a break and hold back above that level with a very strong candle confirmation. So after seeing that candle, you guys are going to see here, this is when I entered that meta trade. I'll go ahead and pop into that one right here. You can see I entered at 948 right here, 948 entry, and I was scaling out of that trade around 952 at 563 a contract, 1003, 1021 for a really nice little profit. You can see my entries and exits here on the screen, and you're also going to see this trade live, right? So you can see, got that really strong candle confirmation. I love to see that, right? This is that kind of confirmation I look for on my entries. Watch it live. It'll make more sense when you actually watch this trade live. You'll see and hear my reactions and my mentality when seeing that candle, right? When I see something like that, guys, I'm going for it, right? I'm not hesitating. I'm not second guessing myself. This is very key, right? I don't care if I lose, right? Because if I take a trade here, if I take a long here, and this thing just sort of flips back under, right? I'm not taking that much risk, right? My risk is under this candle, right? My risk is break of 384, and I accept that loss, right? But this, I know from experience, shows and provides potential upside continuation. And so this is what I try to get across in these videos, and you guys can witness that live at the end of today's video. So guys, with that said, let's jump into the big boy. Let's jump into the NVIDIA, man. And this is, again, exactly what I talked about from the day prior. This was the NVIDIA swing trade that I closed. This was a monster trade. I closed it all today. This was yesterday. You guys saw this trade yesterday where I was entering, exiting, and then I exited all of it out today for a total of a $6,600 profit. And here's NVIDIA today. So, NVIDIA today. Let me zoom out. You can see that I was entering NVIDIA pretty much all throughout the day, just sort of peppering that entry point all throughout the day. I was in around 10:48. I was in around 11. I was in around 2 o'clock. And I was in around, 2 o'clock, 2:30, 2:45. And then I took one off, or half off at close. 20 seconds before close today, I took half of that position off, taking that profit, reducing my risk, and then swinging the rest into tomorrow. So why was I so confident to just sort of enter NVIDIA in this consolidation, right? Why was I interested in entering NVIDIA on this consolidation today? What gave me that confidence? Well, first, it's the SPY analysis we talked about. It's that SPX hold. It's that hold of that 4840 on SPX. It's that continuous demand hold that we continue to see on the market that's giving me confidence. Now, the other thing that's giving me confidence is pretty much the same type of move that we have continued to see on NVIDIA at 592, right? We had those Friday highs at 592 on NVIDIA. We had a beautiful demand hold yesterday at 592 on NVIDIA. This is where I was making that money on it yesterday. Not only do we have that Friday high, we have this low from yesterday. Today, we saw NVIDIA flush under 592 and quickly reclaim that level, right? So if I go to the 5-minute chart, you can see right here, NVIDIA, first 5 minutes of the day, flushed straight under, got right back above, had a little bit of consolidation, and right here, you can see that it solidified that 592 level as demand once again. After reclaiming that level, pulling back to it, holding it again right there, you can see holding it pretty much all throughout the day. I said to myself, NVIDIA, once again, has proven to hold this demand. NVIDIA, in my opinion, is looking like it is finding a new low, right? It is finding that new 592 low, holding very strong, and I was starting to spot a little bit of this downtrend action, somewhat of a flag action, that if NVIDIA can start to find some momentum, if this NASDAQ and S&P can start to find some momentum, I think this is only just a floor on NVIDIA, right, that has formed at 592 for that next leg higher, right? And so I was very confident in this. I knew that 592 level had my back, right? I knew I had a slew of buyers down there. I knew I had a brick wall of buyers that have proven to maintain this stock over that Friday high. And I knew, right, if I start to enter some longs here, just put my stop right under 592. I know my plan. And this is something that I think is very key, guys, in trading. If you enter a position and you know your stop and you know your plan and you know your risk, your emotions will decrease, right? This is going to create decisions and trades that are well thought out and are not emotional and micromanaged, right? So I knew NVIDIA, I'm going to put my hands over here or over here. NVIDIA, strong demand, has been a crazy strong stock. Number 2, the SPY has continued to hold that demand from Friday. Number 3, NVIDIA continues to hold this 592 level. And with all that said and all that confidence in my game plan, I was taking this trade without hesitation and adding into this on every drop that I saw, paying off very nicely again today. And you can see that this trade resulted in a really nice win, right? Again today, $2,200. This is a 12% gain as of now. I took half off pretty much at close. I'll go ahead and actually pop up my broker. You guys can see exactly from the broker. This is my half off right here, 15 contracts at 748. Right now, total P&L on the day, daily 4,700, unrealized 2,400, so I took off half of my position, and that is the big trade of the day. I hold a 15 contract size into tomorrow, and basically I am looking for this to continue and break out of this flag that you guys are seeing. So, again, guys, that was my day. I hope you guys enjoyed this little educational recap, some of the analysis behind the market, how that market has influenced my decisions on the overall trades, right? How that SPY and SPX analysis is influencing me to make decisions intraday. This is very important, hopefully something that you realize. With that said, I'll go ahead and pop in a few live trades at the end of today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you could be so kind, press that like button, subscribe to the channel. And again, if you want to join live with me trading every single day, go ahead and check out the link down below, 10% off. You can use the code in the description. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Okay, AMD just held that low. Yeah, very interesting there. I think we try that. But okay, and NASDAQ is holding that demand low as well. Okay. I'm going to give AMD a small shot here. I'm going to take some AMD 165 calls. I'm going to look to see if it wants to hold that previous all-time high here. NASDAQ is holding that demand as well. So a nice little opportunity there, I think. I'm also eyeing the pullback on Google and the hold on IWM. Okay, nice AMD continuation, up 12% there. Nice hold. Very nice hold. I'm not looking for much here on AMD. I'm maybe looking for a move into 168.50. Yeah, AMD, very nice. Going to take some profits here, guys. Up 20%. That's a beautiful little demand hold trade. So very nice there. Take that profit. Take some off there. Good. Good start. Yeah, Meta is trying to hold that previous all-time. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got to watch Meta here. All right, I'm taking Meta longs. Stop under that 384 level. That's a nice little wick and hold of that 384 previous all-time high. I'm in for that. I'm in the Meta 385 calls. I love that 384 break and retest that just showed up. My only concern here, guys, please be careful getting too aggressive. The market really isn't showing us much. Good entry there. NVIDIA's back over 592. NVIDIA's trying to break back. There we go, Meta. Meta's a ripper. Meta's a ripper. NVIDIA, watch 592 NVIDIA. Meta's still looking very good. AMD looking fantastic for us. AMD up 41%. Wow. Beautiful.